Make sure you hit that subscribe button before we get started. I can still pinpoint the instant I understood something in my life had quietly snapped. She slid into the seat across from me, perfectly composed, impossible to read, and said, "Your wife is seeing my husband." No build-up, no soft approach, just truth landing sharp and clean like a blade against my ribs. I stared at her, searching myself for fury or disbelief, but all I could find was an icy, steady awareness. Betrayal rarely roars. It waits. It breathes behind you. It brushes your shoulder just before you turn around. I thought of the early years, her smile, the way her laughter seemed to warm the air. Back then, trusting her was effortless. Loving her was even easier. We built a future on cafe-stained napkins, whispering plans under dim lighting. All of it undone by a hairline crack I didn't notice forming until the entire foundation had begun to split. It started with little things. Late returns home, hushed phone calls, a flicker in her eyes whenever I entered the room. Each sign alone meant nothing. Together, they formed a map I'd been too naive to read. Then came the discovery, the messages, the careful attempts to hide their meetings. The shock was brief. What followed was calculation. I refused to respond with rage or tears. I chose precision. I didn't call her, didn't confront her. Instead, I studied. I charted their habits, their rhythms, the smug confidence that made them sloppy. They believed themselves clever. That mistake became my entry point. Everything began with observation. I learned which restaurant they favored, the intimate booths, the dim lighting perfect for secrecy. I learned their preferred reservation times, even which waiter they tipped most often. Every scrap of detail became part of my preparation. I partnered with the woman whose heart had been damaged by the same two people. She understood. Together, we built our quiet masterpiece. When the chosen evening arrived, I felt strangely serene. I wore a suit that spoke for me. She carried an elegance that could have ended wars. We entered separately, inconspicuous, calm. They were already settled at their table, wrapped up in the illusion of their hidden world. Drinks glimmered in the candlelight. Their confidence hung in the air like perfume. Then the waiter, who knew exactly what to do, delivered 2 envelopes as if by accident. Inside were truths they'd tried to bury, photos, receipts, messages, evidence threaded together into a story they could no longer deny. From a distance, I watched the moment the realization hit them. Their expressions cracked. Their calm dissolved. Betrayal had returned to its authors. And then came the quiet finishing touch, a discreet message on the restaurant's main screen, visible only to their table, spelling out everything, every lie, every clandestine meeting, every shard of their duplicity. Their perfect little bubble imploded in slow motion. Beside me, the woman who had joined me in this quiet retaliation leaned back with tranquil satisfaction. The smugness drained from our spouses' faces as they stumbled over excuses, denials, half-formed apologies. None of it mattered anymore. In that heavy, beautiful silence, I felt something settle inside me. Control, dignity, the balance restored. We left before they could gather themselves, slipping out into the night as if nothing had happened. Their private dinner had turned into a reckoning, yet no one else around them knew. Only we understood the art of what we had done. Driving home, I felt no bitterness, no grief, only clarity. Justice doesn't always shout. Sometimes it's a quiet, flawless act. Sometimes it's simply watching someone who thought they were unreachable unravel while you move forward untouched. I allowed myself a small smile, not for their collapse, but for my own rise. Their downfall was a lesson in arrogance. Mine was a testament to patience. And in the intricate theater of betrayal, it's the silent strategist who ultimately writes the last, unforgettable scene.